Welcome everybody to my desktop. So we got a little extra thing to do tonight before we get started on the playing. And that is setting up a new HQ room. So if you guys have tuned in the last couple of weeks, you'll know we've been playing through HQ and talking about some of its shortcomings. And one of the ones we found that I thought would be easily fixed was setting up a new HQ room design. And Pesky Fox, who has done a lot of HQ add-ons, volunteered to design something and whipped something up and already turned it in. So we're going to try and get it rigged up tonight and test it out over on my save. So I started doing the work, but I figured I'll finish it off on camera here. So just waiting for the CK to finish loading so I can make sure that I have everything done. And I made myself a little to-do list so I don't forget all the steps, because it has been a while since I've set one of these up. So welcome everybody. So it's going to be like awkward quiet while we sit on my desktop. It's not, instead of having Fallout background music. Riker, Yorkshire, hello. Kaz, how's it going? Canuck, howdy. Adam Bonnie Baby, hello. Who else we got here? Wasteland Carabineer. I think you're missing an E there in the name. I remember discussing when we were setting up the names of the worker names. Carabineer came up of like that's a canon job in Fallout because of all the stuff mentioned in New Vegas, and it's pronounced very odd. It just looks, the spelling of it looks really weird. Raven, hello. Sledrick, how's it going? Welcome to the Wasteland. Hey, Omni. TDH267, some settlement still exists. It hasn't been disappeared. It has not. Morning, Taya. There will be minimal deaths today. Sorry to disappoint, because we're gonna do some CK work right away. Hey, Torberg. Daniel, hello. He's doing Caravaner. All right, let's see here. Okay, got the CK loaded. All right, now the first one I have to do is I set up a new config, so I gotta remember how to register these. All right, let's see. Item miscellaneous. Okay, we've got room construction, room config. Here we go. So let's see where these get put. I think they get dropped. Oh, this is the hangar one. No, we don't want them in the hangar room configs. Should be these ones. Use info, default actions, yeah. All right, so we added a new config. So let's see if I can find it. So it was living quarters. So we got to do a few steps here. First, we got to set up a new room config. Then we'll build out the room design, and then we have to set up the auto project, because we're going to want this room design to be built into the automation system. Which the automation system is one of those ones where it kind of just does a certain preset thing. One of the large items on my long-term to-do list is to create a system, sort of like the city plan system, where somebody could easily define their own automation stages, like what order it does everything in. But that is beyond the scope for a live video for sure. That's going to be a lot of coding. Let's see here. I think it should be not semicircle shape. It's going to be large semicircle. Here it is, large semicircle living quarters. So we need to add this room config into our default actions. So that way we have it as a, so we have that as one of our projects. And then we need to we have to find the, let's see, let's go large semi. We need to change the auto project. Let's see HQ auto clean. All right, so we need to find the clean project for, let's see, what is the room called? Upper balcony office east as library. So we need to change this one to be clean space for library to clean as living quarters. And then we're going to update this automation project. I don't remember if I had to build all these automation projects by hand, or if we have like a script to do this. I'm guessing by hand, and that is why we haven't released a tutorial on how somebody can make their own, because doing these by hand is pretty rough. All right, let's see here. So we've got the HQ auto project. Task list name override form. Okay, we have to set that up, I guess. Okay. Let's OK to this screen. All right, let's find that one. Let's see. SS2C2 HQ auto project. Actually, is this just the thing we're working on right now? HQ auto. Okay, so here's attached to HQ auto project, facilities, clean, main FL, upper balcony offices. Okay, so it's pointing to itself, so we shouldn't need to change that. It should update automatically when we save it. All right, parameter maps. Here we go. We need to change this room config here. Good evening, Sir Rick. Up and at 'em late, huh? All right, let's see here. Wait a second. Why is this called semicircle library? Did I misname this assigned room config, or did I use the wrong one? I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that the semicircle are the small ones, and then the large semicircle is the very big one over there. So, yeah, this is the one we want here. Large semicircle living quarters. So, and actually, I think that it might have been that the action was set up incorrectly anyway, so it wasn't going to work before. So we're kind of fixing that, so that's a good thing. All right, that should be all we need to change on this guy. All right, and then primary action. Make sure this doesn't need to change. All right, and then we're going to action clean room, main floor, upper balcony, office east. That is correct as is, so we OK to this. No, we're just going to override it. All right, then we'll save. I'm going to double check and make sure that script property I pointed out to actually updated. And then we'll need to get into XEdit and do some importing of this, because we have a bunch of spreadsheets that kind of lay out exactly what the design is going to be. All right, double check our script properties here. Oh no, it's the task list name. These forms are so slow. The CK is pretty murder with these properties. It takes forever to load up all these, especially in SS2 with how many misc objects we have. We kind of push the limit on how many of those things. Okay, yeah, so this is pointing to the upper balcony off east as living quarters now. Cool. So it points to itself. It updated itself automatically. So we're good there. So I think we are good for this plugin. So now I got to close this out. And then we're going to run an XEdit script on it. So let's do that real quick here. So we're going to grab this guy and copy it into my directory where I have XEdit pointing. Making mods to make the CK better. Whew, that is not in my skill set. That would be cool. I wish that was one of my parts. But we don't have the source for the CK, so it would be a lot of reverse engineering. There is somebody out there doing it. There's the Creation Kit platform extended, so there's somebody crazy out there, Perchik, who does all sorts of modifications to the CK, but that is not in my wheelhouse. All right, let's see here. Okay, so now we should be able to go run this. Oops. Okay, we're loading up the MISCs. The first time you run the HQ scripts in XEdit, it takes a minute as to double check that it has a good cache of anything that's changed. And since I have changed the chapter 2 SM since last I've done this, it's gonna have to regen all these all the cache here. So take a minute. Yeah, if they ever open sourced the CK, like not even, you know, do it with a license that's not like you can just use it for anything. You can only use it for modifying Bethesda games. Oh man, the amount of rapid improvement that would come to it would be crazy. There's so many people who would jump on that of making the CK more useful. Okay, here we go. So we did the room. I did the room config off camera already. So now we're going to do room construction upgrade, and we got to find that room config we just made, which they're done a little bit differently. They're ordered by type first. So we're going to go to living quarters, and we got to find the right one. So should be GNN large semicircle living quarters. Here we go. All right, and now we just name it. And let me check my Discord chat history to see if he already had a name in mind for it. Okay, the hiccup's good. Let's see. Okay, I don't see any names, so we will just come up with a name for it. So first we need, let's see, we'll call it large, because I think it's set up to be an 8-man room in two chunks. So it's going to be like a 4-person living quarters, and I'll have an upgrade to turn it into an 8-person. So I'm going to name it super simple and straightforward. Object type is construction. Large semicircle. Yes, it's hammer. We're going to upgrade. The slot is to the base. The menu is going to go under living quarters. We don't need to assign the department. Yes, we'll use the default construction. Yes, we can disable the clutter. Yes, disable the garbage. I believe we leave these as 24 hours. I can confirm and double check another one in a minute. All right, and then we're not going to give control to a department because it is just living quarters. So we do need to, we're going to make a new upgrade slot name. So we're going to call this upgrade slot name. We'll call it large bunk room upgrade. And then we got to give it a cost. Now I don't remember the cost of these, but there is a little trick you can do with these scripts that Pra is a freaking genius for figuring this out. So I'm actually going to open up another copy of XEdit, but we're just going to grab chapter 2. Select none. So what you can actually do is you can run this script on a second instance of XEdit, and you can copy paste things between them, which is pretty neat. So we're going to find one of these living quarters that already does 4 people, and we'll just copy the resources and make it the exact same cost. So first I got to find one. So we're going to go to misc item. This is to C2. All right, let's find room construction. Okay, here we go. And now I got to think of one that has what we want. So let's see, I think it's, yeah, here we go. Mid-size living quarters for 4. So we can basically run the script on this. So if we run the script here, it should detect that I ran it on an action, and it should bring up the form and pre-fill it out with everything that's already set up on this one. Hey, Babylonia, how are you? Here we go. Okay, so now we can grab like this whole column here, copy all, and then go back over to this one and paste it in. Nice and easy. And we'll do the same for the functionality. Paste that over. And then we will set descriptions. Designer name is Pesky Fox. I don't know if, oh, let me look how Pesky goes on Nexus. I don't know if it's all, if they use all one word or Pesky Fox, all one word. Okay. All right. And then we will generate the the mechanic. So regenerate the mechanics description. It basically takes all of the room functionality and the duration and turns it into a description, and then we can describe the design. A large, roomy living quarters for 4 that can be upgraded later to house 8. All right. And then we need to add our layouts. So the layouts are going to determine what actually gets built. I'm also going to check in here and see if there's anything else we're missing. This has assigned department to room at start, which is fine. It doesn't really impact anything negatively because nobody gets assigned to these rooms. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's assigning at the start. That actually makes sense. So at the start, that means that facilities will get assigned when construction starts so that they will animate to it. So that's why that's set. So glad I checked that. 24 hours is correct. Back and forth, make sure they're correct. Okay, so I think we should be good. We're not going to register the room upgrade because that'll create a bunch of extra records because it'll treat this as if this is an add-on pack, which this is not. This is just my file that I merge in. If you're doing this yourself, if you're making HQ rooms, you would check this in generally, and then if you have an add-on pack, it'll add it to it. If you don't, it'll create you all the other forms that are necessary to register. At least I believe it does. Process scripts are crazy. They're so good. All right, so let's add a layout here, and we'll just call this one large bunk room base. And let's grab our files. I don't know where this is actually pointing at, so slide this onto another screen. All right, so we've got our CSV file for the base, and then we will do it again, and this time will be for the decoration layer. A large bunk room decor. There we go, and then we have another layer for the lights. Now the reason we do these, the reason we did all these into separate layers is when I was originally designing this, I thought it might be something like, people might want to make add-on packs that just like enhance just the decor or just the lighting and not have to spend a lot of time doing the whole room over again. In reality, nobody has been doing that, so this is kind of like a bunch of extra work, but you know, I'm always trying to expand like the capabilities whenever we design new systems of like, how can we make them more modular? Because with what is it? I'm trying to remember what we called them in Conqueror, the faction packs. They were such like a harsh lesson in, man, people don't want to have to do that much. Like people would like to be able to modify much smaller chunks of the mod. So I've been trying to, so I try and keep that in mind is think of ways I can let people add more modular, small amounts of things and not have to commit to doing gigantic things. I'm trying to find chat. I lost it somewhere. Ah, here it is. Here we go. Okay, and then we grab the lighting. And okay. All right, so now if we hit OK, this is going to generate just a boatload of forms here. Let's let it go ahead and do its thing. Now I can't remember if the script will in real time detect all the stuff we just created and allow us to make an upgrade with that new keyword that would have just got generated here. Or the new, where's it at? Where's the upgrade slot? The new slot. So we just added a new slot. I might need to merge it in before it can be detected with this because this is not a typical add-on pack, but we're going to try. So we're going to try and generate the upgrade now. All right, so we want a room construction upgrade. All right, and then we find the same thing again, living quarters, GNN large semicircle. Okay, and now this one is an upgrade. So we're gonna call it large bunk room, additional bunks. And then for the, usually we use for the upgrades, we use the wrench, I believe, instead of the hammer, but let me double check one of these. So we're gonna find an upgrade in here. Let's see. Room upgrade. Let's find one that actually adds some functionality here. There we go. This one's a good one. So the room upgrades and the cubicles, the way the cubicle is set up, it's actually a little bit confusing. But again, I was trying to go for maximum modularity. Was the way the main room is set up in the office level floor. You clear out the large cubicle central room, like it's not the central room, but it's a large room, and all the outsides and the center with the cubes like are upgrades to it. And I think a lot of people, like when they clean up the big cubicle room, are expecting beds to show up, and instead it's like, no, you got to do each of the individual cubicles and turn them into beds. All right, so yeah, it looks like we did hammer for this. Might have been inconsistency, I'm not sure, but we'll go ahead and just copy what this one did. So let's see here. This does +2 max workers. This actually feels like this might be, no, that might be the correct amount of resources. I think we set it up to something like it was around, I think it was like 500 resources and 10 energy per benefit. So in this case, this is actually a little bit cheaper on the energy, and that may have been done intentionally. I think at one time we rebalanced a lot of it because we were trying to make it easier to get living quarters going, because that was a place a lot of people were getting stuck. But I think what we'll do is I'm going to copy the upgrade related stuff, which looks like there's not much here that's different. And then I'll go back to the other one to copy paste the resources from and just keep the same cost for the base and upgrade. So, yep, here we go. So we can see our slot got populated, which is awesome. So the large bunk room upgrade appeared here. Going back to the submenu. So we still want the submenu to be living quarters. And let's see here. It looks like none of these boxes get checked in. Okay. And then we need to we're going to be doing like +4 max workers, and we need to do all of this stuff. So let's go back to the other one that we copied. So that was room construction. Room construction, and we are looking for a large semicircle if I have it. Large semicircle, well, there's fitness center, large semicircle library. Oh wait, no, that was the one that we're changing. What we need to find is, what is it called? It's the one that it's one of the, for 4. This will work, mid-lat size living quarters 4. We're basically looking to, because we base the cost based on the number of services and the number of people that it builds for. So these are for 2. Where's the one for 4? Okay, these are all upgrades. I must have passed it. Quarters for 2, first for 6. So I don't want it for 6. Where's the for 4? I know we have one. Here we go. Mid-size living quarters for 4. All right, let's run that script on there. Real Mo AI, hello. I'm doing good. How are you? Lachlan, how's it going, man? It's first stream in 2 months. Holy cow. What's being cleaned up? Daniel Matthews says HQ management or plot building in general. We are adding a new HQ design that Pesky Fox made for us that we're going to put into the main of Chapter 2, and that I'm going to inject it into the automated building system, and it should smooth out the experience from getting from the How to HQ quest to Is There a Doctor in the House? Because it's kind of a rocky path to get there, because it's really hard to get enough living quarters in order to send 15 people there. So that is like one of the rough points, and I think this will help a lot with smoothing that out. All right, and then we need to grab this. We don't actually need to grab the living quarters room functionality because that was added by the base. We just want the +4 max workers. And then we're not going to register. I'm going to do that manually, and then we're going to add a layout. So this layout is just going to be large bunk room upgrade. We're not going to call it upgrade because I think that's what I called the slot. So we're going to call this, we'll name it after the additional bunks. I gotta be careful with string lengths. Additional, how do you shorthand additional like that? That doesn't look right. How about that? That's close enough. Additional bunks. All right, and that's gonna go onto the large room upgrade slot, and then we'll grab our upgrade CSV file. All right, that looks correct to me. Let's double check. We got our resources, we got our room functions. Oh, we gotta set our description. Regenerate. Pesky Fox, Additional bunks added to cram all the people in the room. Okay, that should generate a bunch of records, and there we go. So now we are going to close out of this one first. Make sure if we accidentally save, it doesn't. Yeah, okay, good. All right, and then we'll save these results. And then we're going to copy this back to our merge directory. So I keep one directory for like XEdit and playing and testing, and another directory for merging officially. And it's my own little chaotic system that I use to prevent accidentally doing things I don't want to. So we're gonna pre-merge KG082025. This is my second merge of the day. We'll back up this before merging to pre-merge pesky HQ room design 082025. And then we will load this into the CK. Oops, wrong CK. I need this one. Now, for those of you guys interested in add-on packs, if you haven't been following the Builders Discord, there is another Plotapalooza contest happening this weekend. So Friday night, we'll be announcing the all the details. But it goes from, I believe it's another 5-day it's a multi-day contest again. Hold on, they sent me the details. Let me find it so that I'm not misrepresenting. But it is starting Friday night, and it goes until, it goes for the full week. So it goes from Friday until the Sunday after. So the 22nd through the 31st, which is awesome. I love the Plotapaloozas. You guys are so freaking creative with those. Yeah, that should be cool. They had asked me if I could make a tutorial for some of it, and I pointed out that, oh, we already have a tutorial for that. Oh, come on. All right, let's go. This one is what we need. I don't know if I'm supposed to say the theme yet or not, Kez. I'm in the Builders Discord, but I have not followed it recently. Raven, I think you're in there. Have they announced the theme already? I don't want to say it if they haven't announced it, because I know what it is, but I think we announce it on the night of, but maybe they've changed their format now because Chef and Choo Choo run the contest. I am mostly the megaphone for it. Yeah, we're not allowed to know the theme yet. Yeah, it's top secret. So say it. Yeah, it'll get announced on Friday. I will probably try and post it up on socials to amplify for those guys. And then we will absolutely do a stream looking at everybody's entries, because that is so fun. You guys, the last time, some of them were just wild, man, and creepy too. Wasn't it last time that Blue Lars did the one with the mutant turning into a fruit? It was so creepy. Yeah, the let me find it. We do have a pack of them now. Let me see if I can find. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Plotapalooza? I don't know if we ever rolled in the third set to it or not. Let's see. We've got the first two. No, I don't think the third contest ever got rolled into it. And that was just a lack of. We didn't have anybody available to do it. So XV did the first merging together, and it's a lot of work, and it requires, you gotta have, somebody has to have the skill and understanding of how the building plans work and the add-on packs. And he's been very, very busy because he is trying to go the modding career route. He's got some stuff into VC now, and he's doing good. But obviously that's keeping him busy. So if he doesn't have the time for it, it'll probably just become a project I take on one of these days. Might even be a stream project. Because I bet a lot of you guys who have made like little add-on packs would love to know how to merge them together. We could take your individual buildings and stuff and combine them together into a pack. I'm sure that would be useful knowledge to put out there. Started into a live stream tutorial. Thanks for the link, Canuck. Yeah, it only has Plotapalooza 1 and 2. And we did a 3, and this is 4 coming up, right? There's only, or have we done 5 already? I think we've done 3 so far, and this will be the 4th. So Xbox players, sad news. I have not been able to get companion status enhanced working on Xbox. I have no idea why. I finally plugged my Xbox back in and started tinkering with it, and I just could not get it working. I did put a patch 101 up today. There was a couple of bugs in it that I fixed. And I tried to also upload it to Xbox to see, like, maybe this will work, and test it. I decided last minute before I hit publish, like, I should just load up my Xbox and make sure it works, and it does not. So I have to dream up some mechanisms for displaying debug output for myself on Xbox, and it's going to be a thing. So maybe this weekend I'll have time to do that. I so far have managed to dodge all the trailers for season 2 of the TV show. I don't know if you guys have all watched it, but I feel like trailers anymore just tell the whole story of what you're about to see, and I don't want that, because I really enjoyed the first season, and like surprisingly so. Like I wasn't expecting to. I was expecting to, video game adaptations. It's like 80% miss rate, if no more than that. It's probably like a 95% miss rate with the history of them. Like what are the ones that are good? Like thinking about the video game adaptations that have actually been like just rock solid good. Like I enjoyed the Mario movie. Mario was kind of a silly thing. It didn't need to do much. They did a good job with it. The Sonic movies are actually pretty enjoyable. I watch those with my kids. Last of Us, I hear, is fantastic, but I have not played the games, so I have not bothered to watch the show, because I feel like, well, if it's just telling the story from the games, I kind of would rather experience it as a game. But I thought Fallout was really good. It was better than it needed to be. I think they played around with the lore and stuff. I know some people are mad about some of the stuff they did in Vegas, but barring any of the canon factor, like just the they did a good job telling a story. Like I know, like the final episode was like how they weaved all of the narratives together. It was like they didn't have to do good storytelling. They could have half butted it. And I know some people don't disagree. Like I think there's a few of you in chat I know who have been like, I don't like the show, but I very much enjoyed it. So I don't want to be spoiled on season 2, because other than I already know it's going to New Vegas, because that is all of just the thumbnails and everything. Like it's just the New Vegas sign and stuff. And then there's there's the picture of Lucy inside of Dinky's mouth, which is pretty awesome. Oh yeah, Witcher season 1 was super good. Just season 1 though. Don't watch the rest, guys. All right, let's see here. So now we need to find our new... Okay, actually, I think we should... I was going to say, should we merge first? But I kind of want to get all of the formless stuff created first. So let's do... let's see. We'll search for living quarters again. And we will first find... Let's see here. We're going to find one of the construction, use info... Formless default actions, and we're going to add in our new one into the default actions here. Just got to find it. Large semicircle. No, wait, this is the room config. I already added that in. That should actually be at the bottom of the list. Yep, there it is. So we need to find the new room construction record we just made. Which I don't see, which is alarming. All right, let's try searching for large semi and see if we can find it that way. So we've got room upgrade, large bunk room. Okay, well, here's this one that we created. So we can drop that into the default list. Oh, here it is, large bunk room. Okay. Oh, because I wasn't searching for GNN, I guess. I don't know why I was just looking right past that. Oh, because it doesn't have the word living room in it, or living quarters. It has the word large bunk room in it. That makes sense. Okay, so now we've got those added to our default actions, so that means those should get registered. Then we need to find our library build project, our library auto project. Let's find that. HQ auto project, facilities, room construction, old world library. So we're going to change this to, we're just going to call it living quarters, because I'm not going to remember what I named it. And then actually this project right here, we're going to want to remove it from the department plan because we aren't going to be building the library by default. So I'm going to find this in the list. So here's our project list. Let's find so we'll remove this from the engineering department. So we'll remove you. Oh, actually, let's cancel that. Let's just add, no, because I guess the upgrade is not actually going to be engineering. Well, actually, no, I guess it is considered engineering. We have all of these considered engineering. So we're going to just change this out to become the new one we just created. Oh, but we haven't created it yet. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, we'll just slide this aside for a second and then we'll manipulate that. All right, so we need to do build large bunk room. I actually don't think that this ever gets displayed anywhere, but I could be wrong, so I'm going to keep it clean. Not as in like bad language. I just mean like keep it looking correct instead of just putting random characters in there. Let's see. Upper balcony office east is the correct room. And we need to select the action here. All right, let's see here. So room construction, large semicircle, large bunk room. Okay, so we're changing this task over. And now that one should already be in the list here. It's in the department plan for facilities. Perfect. So then we're going to add to engineering. We're going to add this. We're going to have to create a new one. Oh, actually, you know what we can do is we can just change this one. Since we're not going to be using this anymore, we'll just do up. We'll do living quarters, large bunk room upgrade. There we go. We'll just change this one out. That should take care of that. Large bunk room. Let's call it expansion. Again, I don't know that this text is displayed anywhere. Okay, let's see. Large semicircle, large bunk room, additional bunks. Here we go. There we go. So that should take care of the automation systems. Let me go to my to-do list over here and knock these off. So we did the new conform list, the new creation script, new design, HQ automation. Okay, that is all those steps. So all we should have to do now is double check that the actual upgrade is in. Let's see here. What do we call it? Actually, you know what we can sort by form ID because these will all have a 4 in front of them since they're all brand new in this plugin. I just want to make sure that they are all registered. Okay, so here we go. So we've got our, oh, wait a second. What is this? Oh, no, it's 5. Okay, 4 is chapter 2, and 5 is this new plugin we've got. So we've got the room construction, the room upgrade. Let's make sure that both of these are in the default actions. Yes, that one is. And that one is. They're both in the default actions. All right, we should be good to merge now. So since I made a few changes here, I'm actually going to back up this plugin again. So we're going to grab this name, delete this. I'm going to do this over here. Hold on a second. Sure, 2025 second. There we go. Okay, well, let's go for the merge. All right, just a second. I actually I gotta close my screen for just a second because I was working on something earlier for our new Skyrim project, which is still top secret. All right, let's get this merged in. Close out this. I'm going to need a new hard drive soon. My merge folder from all these games is getting obnoxious. All right, then we're going to copy this stuff over to our other directory. Actually, I'm going to load. I think I'm just going to bop this right over to my other machine, and we're going to see if it works. Bear with me just a second here, guys. All right, I am currently tabbed on my other machine. I'm going to leave you guys on standby for a minute because of the Fallout menu music. As we know, that always gets me some fun copyright warnings. Now I can't find. Hold on, why is this not loading? Just a moment here. All right, game. Oh, because I wasn't loading it with F4SE. That would help. Okay, I've got a black screen. Let's see if we can get some color here and some sound. That's the other thing we haven't done yet today. I haven't done any sound checks other than my mic, so let's see. Let's get all these deleted. All right, let's load back into the game, and then yeah, we'll load without companion status enhanced. Actually, hold on a second. Okay, hold on. My plugins.txt is all messed up. My computer's all rebooted the other night due to a bad storm, and it was not fun to come back to and see all of my stuff turned off. Okay, yeah, I can re-enable companion status enhanced. Are our plugins missing? Uh-oh. Hopefully I didn't break my save here. Well, I didn't say... Well, I guess... yeah, this isn't great. I'm looking at my plugins list, and I had a bunch of edits. Uh-oh. Well, I think I introduced some bugs into my save when we played last week. Well, that's the... part of the risk. Better my save than yours, right? All right, let's try this again. Nope. My screens are all black. Hold on. What's going on? Come on, Windows. Windows really is, I think, trying to pressure me into Windows 11 on all my machines. Or Microsoft, I should say, not Windows itself. All right, let's see if we can get the game to load up. Hey, there we go. Now it's working. Now we got sound. We got a Deathclaw. Okay. All right, here we are in HQ. Now, it might take a minute for the new forms to register, and I wouldn't be surprised if we already have the library built, so let's go check on that.
I don't mind this place. I'm used to ugly.
Thanks,
you ask
Molly.
me, freedom's always worth fighting for.
All right, let's see here. Change room purpose. Let's see if our living quarters register. We may have to do some, yeah, we're going to have to do some finicky stuff to get it to actually register. Because we didn't upgrade, because normally the registration gets updated when we flag a global to tell it that there's a patch, but I have a command I can force run. I just gotta look it up because I can't remember it. I have a console command I can run to force it to act as if a mod update was done. So you know what we're gonna do? The rare from me, guys. We're gonna go close all to the right. Look at that. Look at that clean. Oh, you guys probably can't see this, can you? You guys probably still see the game. I'll say you get here. I'm gonna show you just for a second, but like, look at that. It's so rare for me. Look at that. Look how few tabs I'm running in Notepad++. It's not gonna last. There will be many more open tabs in a moment. Just you wait. All right, I'm finding this command real quick. What did I name that script? SS2 main, I believe. Don't mind me, and just looking up some functions. I haven't had to use this in a while. So much code. Here we go. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, we're looking for. Oops. Wrong screen. Hallquest function SS2 main update add-ons true. Okay, this should do it. Should force. I'm gonna close something so I can see you guys again. All right, this should force it to re-update all the add-ons and ask them to register. And we have SS2 and the chapters treated like add-ons themselves, just to make sure that, you know, we're experiencing the same thing that oh my god, the hiccups. So that we were more likely to find bugs quickly. Okay, so hopefully that was enough time. Let's see if the new room purpose shows up, and if it doesn't, it could be because of the add-on situation, or it could be because I did something incorrect. Uncertain which. So I actually have some logs I can look at really quick to double check which is the case. All right, let's go to documents here. Fallout 4 logs, script user. Okay, so I need to.
Based on the story of a scabber, a vault was discovered with the remains of its residents claiming they had psychic powers and could see the future. They were revered as psychers, advisors, and oracles to the local wastelanders. That is, until one of them made the wrong prediction to a raider boss, who then systematically exterminated them. Please take these legends with a grain of salt and common sense.
Alright, we're going to load up our chapter 2 here. Don't mind me, I am on the other screen working, trying to find some. Oh, I just realized we got tabs out of the game. So you guys are probably just staring at. Oh, what is it? What is our scene of the day? Any guesses of where that is? Any geo guessers out there? Let's see here. HQ. Oh, I should probably sort this. SS2 HQ. I love the speed of XEdit, but man, it is leaves something to be desired for certain basic functionality like filtering. Like the why can't I just type in the box at the top and have it filter the records? That would be very, very nice. Okay, here we go. Assign. Oh, I just clicked the wrong button. HQ. Okay, here we go. Assign room config. GNN. Large semicircle. That's not there. My new room config does not seem to be here. Why is that? Okay, something funky. But alright, I gotta load this into the CK, unfortunately, because the search here is so bad and I can't find it in XEdit. Yeah, I would have guessed Scotland too, Daniel. I'm not sure, but I got that little icon that learn about this picture thing I can click on. I will do so when we get back to the other PC. First, I gotta get the CK started, because it is gonna take several minutes for it to load up. And maybe actually by the time it's done loading, the game will have finished registering all of our new HQ stuff. But once I get this loaded in the CK, I can check for a specific ID and I can search the log files to see what's going on. Alright, CK is starting to load. Let's learn about this picture. What does it say? It is... oh, it's Canada. That's Prince Edward Island. Start all back is great. It brings back my vertical taskbar, which is all I want in the world. Give me vertical taskbar or give me death. Well, this is unfortunate. I am trying to search my log files, and my search bar is missing. How did that happen? Oh, there it is. It got shrunk real small.
The logistics department takes no responsibility for improperly packaged items not reaching their destinations intact.
Alright, while we're waiting for the CK, let's pop back in game and test. Test and see if the room config has appeared yet. Nope, still only library and gym. Okay. Alright, yeah, we need this ID to search up. Playing the waiting game. Come on, CK, you can do it. The CK is extra bad for SS2. We had to create like a special build of the CK to actually handle merging because I don't know if it has. It might have something to do with just how many records of different types we have or how many strings we have. I don't know what it is that creates this issue, but it just uses a metric ton of memory to load up. It's probably one of the reasons in the base CK, if you ever, I'm sure almost none of you have set up merging for this because it's very rarely needed. But the default merging system in the CK won't let you merge in with more than 2 masters. So like you could have like Fallout 4 and then 1 DLC, for example. So we had to come up with a bypass for that too. A lot of hacks to get. So that's as much as you know, someone was asking earlier about modifying the CK. That's as much as I've modified the CK. Modified some minor header records to allow me to load up with more memory. What's an Excel? I think isn't Excel Adamani Baby, isn't that the one you're always advocating for, Excel? I hear it's a good... that sounds familiar as a good fix, but I have not used it myself yet. Alright, we are in the CK now, and I am digging in to try and find this new thing we created. Large semicircle living quarters ends in 26... Let me get a pen. 267... Oh, that's all... Okay, 102679 is the ID we are looking for the room config. Let's find the... I'll find all the IDs while we're at it here. Room construction... What was this called? Large bunk. Okay, so this is config. Construct is 3298. And then the upgrade is 32A7. Alright, we got our IDs.
Report to the upper bathrooms. One of your brahmin has gotten stuck again.
Report to the upper bathrooms. One of your brahmin has gotten stuck again. That's fantastic. Okay, I see it mentioned in the logs. Could not find registered room project matching this room config. Oh, what? I wonder if I set up... Yeah, the config was detected, but not the room construction record. That is interesting. Nor the upgrade. Okay, so we gotta close this out, because we still got a problem to fix here. Alright, so I gotta figure out why this is not working here. Alright, so it's saying this room construction record is not associated with the new room config. Let's see, why not? There's the slot, there's the room shape. This is in default actions. I wonder if I need to do something like put the room config below the room construction so that it gets registered first. Maybe that will solve it. Let's double check and make sure the room config got set correctly. Target upgrade slot. Oh yeah, I think XL is a drug in the game too, isn't it? Like pump all of your special stats by one. Large semicircle living quarters base. Okay, that is set to the right room config. How about the room required keywords? This stuff should all be set up correctly because it's all automated by the script because we didn't want to have to remember all this stuff. Room is clean. Room shape is large semicircle. That's all correct. Let's check some of these other things. Additional upgrade slots. That's just going to be like the lighting and decor things. Oh no, this is for the upgrade. Okay, this is fine. Okay, this all looks correct. So we should be good there. So let's save this out. And we're going to save it over my other one. Yeah, overwrite that. That's fine. And then I will... Is that the right folder? No, it's this one over here. Okay. I'm going to grab this and drop it into my Alpha Builds folder and just copy it over to the other PC. All right, now let's jump over to the other PC. Oh wait, you guys are still on the other PC. All right. Oh wait, no, you're not. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Oh, I think there's a massive delay. I'm looking at what's showing up in YouTube Studio Live, and it is way out of date. Dev machine. Hold on, let's try this. Let me bring up Streamlabs instead of trying to look at YouTube, because YouTube is way behind on its thing. There we go. Okay, you guys can see the desktop. I'll switch you over to the game machine, and I'll switch myself over to the game machine. Very complicated system I've got here. I wonder if I could rig up my KVM to be operated by the Stream Deck.
Maximum crabs!
So we could do that and switch my KVM at the same time. That would be very nice. Uh-oh, uh-oh. We're going to get some music. Hang tight. Okay. Let's see if we can get some sound here. Yeah, there we go. Morning, Alexander. Somebody in mod recently disabled all the copyrighted music in the game for streamers. Ah, nice.
I could sure go for a beer.
All right, let's do SS2 main. Whoops, caps lock. Update add-ons true. All right, let's see if this forces the registration to correct itself. And in the meantime, I'm going to pop into our log file here. Oh, the log file still hasn't reloaded yet. It's the exact same file as Daniel, so it doesn't really matter. It was just like, for some people, they don't dive into optional files ever, so they're just gonna have like the top file for each of the mod pages, and then when they update, they're not gonna go to the mod page. So I have it set up both ways. So, and then I think at some point we switched it over to having the all chapters be the default, maybe. Because we were getting so much confusion with chapter 2. If the Nexus pages are kind of a mess, there's not a great way to package the multiple mods together, unfortunately. But yeah, I would just grab the all chapters pack. There's no reason to grab the individuals. It's the exact same stuff. But yeah, thanks to like collections and Wabbajack and just some folks just don't want to go, don't think to dig in and look at optional files, which I don't blame them. Like when I go to a new mod I've never played before, I'm just going to grab the top file. I'm not going to dig into their optional files or anything. So. All right, well, let me refresh this. Okay, let's try searching for this ID again. I know you guys can't see this. I'm just trying to. Oh, what the hell was that sound? Okay, could not find a registered room construction project matching this room config. What the hell? Why not?
Facility personnel required.
Why not?
Report to the elevator. Some furniture.
103298. Damn, that's not coming up in the search. All right, let me go up a level. So we have the HQ logs are very, very complicated, but you can actually look at them at multiple layers. So I'm gonna go to a bigger HQ log and see if I can find this thing in here. No, not in there. I wonder if I need a different function to force it to update HQ. Let me check. I don't know what that beeping sound is. Is that some robot make that sound, or is that in our soundscape? All right, I am trying to find some HQ code right now. to like force re-register all of the Okay, I actually have a thing I can dump out all of the actions to a log file. That might be useful. Okay, I have a function here I can use to do a full reevaluation. Let me put this up on a notepad. Poor doggo. This is not the spot I expected to get stuck this evening. Maybe easier to just update my global instead of being stubborn about this. I just really want this, I want to know if there's something broken here in the code, because this would make it really troublesome to test updates to add-ons too. Alright, we're going to try one of these dump functions as well to fill the logs up with stuff.
Attention. Maintenance required. Report to the north corridors for waste collection.
Okay, there we go. Wait a second. We just lost sound for a second. Alright, let's try this. Call quest function SS2 HQ action manager. We're going to do two things. We're going to queue up a reevaluation, which will double test all the HQ actions to see which ones should be available to the player. And then this should dump a whole bunch of garbage in the log for me. Test. Dump. Action groups. True. Alright, and now this should just fill the action manager log with a bunch of stuff that's useful to me and no one else. Okay, well the first one's not coming up. How about the... Okay, well that's not good. Alright, let's try reloading it. Search again. Okay, there's our config. How about our construction record? 103-2A7. And that is not coming up. So that is very odd.
I wonder whose idea it was to make all you guys wear those jumpsuits.
Okay, alright. Let me jump to the other machine. There's something funky going on here. Because the new room config is being detected, but the other ones are not. Why? Oh, I think I see why. The new config was added to 2 different lists. It's actually odd that this is even set up like this. Let's see here. Living. Alright, let's see. I got a couple other things I can check here. So we're going to check out GNN Manager and the thing that it inherits from. Library requests, specific HQ Manager. Okay. I think it might be because we're adding stuff to the default list. Because the reason the room config worked is, remember I said that we set up SS2 and the chapters to operate like add-on packs. Well, the room configs are in our add-on pack config, but our other stuff isn't. And I believe we did that because we wanted to be able to control when it appears. We didn't want some of the rooms to be available during the tutorial, so we needed them to be on a delayed registration. The room configs don't matter because they're not exposed to the player generally until the room's already built, so it didn't matter if those get registered early. So I think that's what the issue is it's basically my code to control things until the tutorial is biting me in the butt here. And so I have to figure out how to force it to re-register. Yeah, I see there's a function called register default actions. Where is this being called from? Force update registrations. Here it is. Here's a function we can probably use. I just got to figure out where is it being called. Handle install mod changes. That makes sense. Okay, so handle install mod changes would only get called if a new patch was installed. And we didn't install a patch because we didn't update it. So what we should be able to do here is do call quest function, ss2c2, HU GNN Manager, force update registrations. I got the, let's see, is it just GNN Manager? GNN HQ Manager? What the hell did I call this quest? Alright, let's see here. GNN Manager is called... Oh, I see what I did wrong. It is this, but I need another underscore here. Okay, now it's going to force update the registrations, and this will only be an issue for me. This is not something you guys would run into doing add-on packs. Also, having an identical room shouldn't be an issue. No, it should be fine. If anything, this should just allow that basement should be able to allow to do that, or the office level should be able to do this design too now.
The Minutemen. I know little about them, but I understand...
Sunshine tidings sounds so cheery.
This is good, I think.
But I'm
Can
guessing
I
it wasn't.
help you?
Yeah, there's a lot of the what we call idle lines that need to be shifted over to hellos, where it's like they're clearly addressing the player, not just talking about a thing. We need them to be switched over types. There was a lot of confusion when we were doing writing about that, of like I think the folks not knowing where these were being used when we just called them idles. I think that was like we never had a sit down conversation to clarify like when a hello happens and when an idle happens, so some of them got put in the wrong category. Alright, let's see if our room purpose shows up. Hey, there it is. Okay. Gathering room options. Okay, so there we go. Large bunk room. Alright, now I don't know that we have enough energy to do it right now because we've got projects going, but it should get added to the task list. Yep, project added to facilities task list. And alright, so now we'll do a little pastime here.
This place is what the Minutemen should have been like.
Alright, let's wait 24 hours. So, in my head, this was going to take a half hour to get this room design working, and we're now on an hour and a half. We're damn close. This is
Please be reassured that the
one of my.
facility
This is
aware that they are full of holes.
probably one of my biggest weaknesses as a developer is estimating time frames. I am so horrendously bad at it. Okay, a new project just started. Oh, Sutter Sunshine Tidings made some. We must have hit level 3 in Sunshine. That's exciting. All right, let's go to View Active Projects. Okay, they decided not to do my project, and it may have been due to a lack of. Lack of energy. Let me see how much that one would cost. So let's go to Facilities, Construction, Living Quarters, and see if our room here, large bunk rooms right here. So it would cost 40 energy. Now we have plenty of energy. Are we short on materials? Scrap logistics, we should be good, right? Yep, we've got plenty of those. Building materials, we got 67,000 building materials. And then organics, 13,000. Yeah, we're good. So it wasn't a material issue. So they just decided to ignore my task list for the day. Alright, we'll try sleeping one more time.
Vault 81 would have surely fallen to the gutters.
Canuck, after all these years, still startled by the building explosion, huh? That was one of my favorite things when I first released Sim Settlements, the original. I remember coming up with that idea for the plots to explode, like a few days before I was releasing it. So I was like scrambling to find somebody who could make me some custom explosions because I wanted like a big dirt ball explosion for the agricultural, and then watching people stream it and getting startled by that was so amusing to me. It's but that's actually just like a feature from the old SimCity games that I loved, where it would be like if you wanted to change a building, you would demolish the stuff that was there if you wanted to rezone an area. And I was just like, oh, that's fun. Explosions are fun.
Basement.
Customizable faction identity. No, it's just an aesthetic thing, Daniel. There's no, there's nothing special about it as far as stats or anything like that. First time it happened, I nearly fell out of my chair. Okay, let's check and see. Alright, active projects updated here. Nope, still doing other stuff. Let's check specifically. Let's go to... We're going to go over to facilities. Look at their task list. Signed by me. Teresa's quarters. Okay, so there's a couple others in front of me in the view cost. That's correct, okay. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to cancel this one. And Teresa's quarters I think already built, so we're going to cancel that as well. And if it didn't, we can go start it again. Let's get it down to just this one. Helper. It's the first thing you turn off. Yeah, that was an option to turn that off. Since Sims Autobots 1, I put that in right away because I'm like, well, not everybody's going to find this as amusing as I do.
Some real nice architecture. Sometimes I'll take a stroll around the perimeter just to take it all.
We're speed running all of our... I'm going to probably roll back my save after we get this working just because we're speed running not only HQ but all of our settlements by doing this, which isn't fair. Oh yeah, that's a good point, A1 Racer, about the scripts. That's a bad thing when you wait a whole bunch of times, especially with mods that are script heavy like SS2, is you queue up a bunch of script updates. So like for example, if any systems that rely on timers, so like SS2, it's all its upgrade systems, or like for when you get to chapter 3, it's also the assault system, like when new attacks are going to happen, that the game simulates the timers for those scripts and allows them to update before the hour ticks up.
Sure, I'm the head of administration and all.
So
But
it can
I'm not really sure
you
I
can sometimes get the hours very stuck, but the other thing that can happen is you can get pretty crazy script overload. Like you can get a whole bunch of them backed up. Oh, this is an adorable screenshot right here. Ah! The game didn't like that. Like, no screenshot for you. No print screen allowed. Oh, look, I think it started to build. Finally, I can see the construction over there. All right. Mama Murphy, get to work. We need to see our new room design. So I've seen it in the CK only, like little screenshots of it, and it looked very nice. But we will... Oh, some under glue, thanks. Thanks, workers. Free adhesive throughout HQ. Okay, let's wait one more time so we can see the new design. Tuesday's Corner, been learning coding from a Python coding game. Oh, that's cool. Which, what is it? What's it called? I love those coding tutorials designed to be games. That's a really cool idea. Did not have that. Instead, what I had growing up for learning coding was just try and use these like massive novels that had code, and then you would have to like type it up in them. So the code was just like typed up in the book, and you would have to just look at your screen, look at the book, and type it up, and hopefully get it correct so it would work on your computer.
Concord might actually make something of itself. Huh. Who'd have thunk?
The farmer was replaced. That's the name of the game. that definitely should have been enough time, but it probably needs to now place all the items. You can see some of it starting to place. We got a light.
Attention. Maintenance
Oh,
required.
we probably, like, the amount of scripts we just backed up by waiting 6 days in a row. It's gonna take. We're gonna have to give it a little bit of time here.
Village cleanup.
Be patient. So anyway, one of the patch notes for next patch, which I'm not sure when I'm going to get that out yet. I have a few other things I want to get into that patch outside of our normal bug fixes we've been doing during the Let's Play. But yeah, this will become part of the automation design now. What I might want to do is move. I have to maybe reposition it in the list. I think it might be that the library is pretty far down, but now that this is going to be a living quarters, that would actually be something we would want fairly early in the sequencing of the automation. Alright, I guess last chance to rob the cabinets. Nothing good, nothing good. Oh, gold-plated lighter. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's starting, it's starting. Don't get trapped. Good luck, dog meat. Uh-oh. Oh, he got pushed out. Good old physics. Alright, we either overloaded the workforce or somebody deserted, because all of a sudden we got red up there. Alright, once these construction markers go away, it means it's done and we're safe to go in there. And we can also check then if the upgrade shows up in the list as an option. Finish the project large bunk room. Alright, let's check it out. Oh, here we go. That's very nice. Oh, this is my bed. Ooh, I like this bunk design over here. It's pretty sweet. Very nice job, Pesky Fox. Fantastic. Thank you for contributing to the cause so we can have a better HQ. Alright, let's go to our engineering now. Upgrades. Living quarters. Additional bunks. It worked. Funnily enough, it only uses facilities energy, which I should probably check some of the other upgrades for. It's kind of funny that it's under engineering. Are the others like that too? No, I think they do. Oh, that's a player apartment. I'll have to check when we do the office level to see if we have it set up the same way. Do anybody remember? Do the upgrades that are living quarters, like on the office level for the cubicles, do they only cost facilities energy and are still under engineering? Because if so, that's kind of a silly placement of them. I should probably just put them under facilities. Alright, so this will probably start... Might start a... Well, no. You know, facilities is down really low. Let's see, how much energy do we have left right now? We're using 10 out of 49, so we're one shy of it starting. You know what? I know how we can get past this. Administration. Policies. And... Sorry, facilities. You gotta work overtime now. We need our upgrade done. Alright, so now we should be able to go to... Okay, there, I think it just forced it. There we go, 50 out of 49. There's quite a few that don't cost energy. Okay.
Regarding the skylight.
Alright, it's not getting the markers, but I'm pretty sure that's still... Oh, I guess we can just check out our active projects list. View active projects. Yep, okay, it is running. Cool. Exit. Alright, now we'll give that a little time. I'm not gonna... Well, I should force a wait, because it's not... I don't think we have real time. Well, do we have real time building on? Let's check. Let's see, HQ. Override timers is on. Okay, so we do have it. Well, that's why waiting didn't trigger it, because when it's on set to real-time timers, it's counting in real-time seconds as opposed to hours. So hours waiting 24 hours has no impact on the actual timer runs. I agree, Zuzo, although I would extend that to say it is a miracle to go through a Let's Play of a Creation Engine game without having to use the console. Not saying we have no blame, but, you know, we are built on a shaky foundation. How's it going, Yogi? We still got a lot to clean up in here. Oh, they finally cleaned the meeting room. That's nice. Later, A1. I wish the, you know, one of the science projects I want to do for HQ when I finally do the science overhaul is like a weather control device for this area, because it's so pleasant when the weather isn't rad storms, but it's so rare around here because this region of the game is just set to be rad storms a lot of the time. But like whenever I have, because I have Workshop Plus's weather change on, every time I go into command mode it switches it back to clear weather. That's so nice.
And now for our fact of the day.
Like if it you install a weather device on the roof, and then maybe it has like a control mechanism over here, or I don't know, maybe you have to go up the device on the roof and you can pick your weather. Like, yeah, I want a storm today. That's the mood I'm in. Oh, I think the upgrade is it's mostly finished already. Look, we got some more bunks there. More bunks there. I don't know how much gets added to this space. Clearly the bunks get added. But I was waiting for our energy to go down to see that it's done, but it's nice looking. Even if that's all the additions. Like, the most important part is the functionality here, right, of getting the extra beds. Because now we're up to max probably 35? No, 30. Okay, yeah, it did complete it. Just the HUD hadn't updated yet. So there we go. So here's our new bunk design with a small upgrade to add 4 more bunks to it. So this will be in the next SS2 patch. Alright, so now we gotta load back our save because we botched our scripts up so bad. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna quit to desktop because this game engine and reloading existing saves is sketch. Especially, again, with all these scripts and stuff running. Better to go back to desktop and relaunch it. Alright, so we don't have a ton of time left to play this evening, but we can make a little bit of progress. We can get those new rooms built. Now that I know about the command that I have to run, since I don't have the patch, what do you call it? I don't have the patch global set, so the script doesn't run on its own. For you guys, when I release this, it will run automatically. You won't have to run this console command. Alright, let's put you guys on. Please stand by for a moment. Get this loaded up. Invent the weather change fireworks from Crashman's DLC. I forgot that those were in there. The weather change fireworks. Jet fueled raider killing today. I mean, maybe we'll get some. It's not over yet. But we have been doing a ton of HQ play lately because I am trying to like really get my head wrapped around the next round of changes I want, and this was one of them. I didn't expect to get this so soon, but then Pesky was like, hey, I can help you out with that, which was pretty awesome. Force update registration. Oh, I forgot the S. There we go. Okay, so this should allow that, and now we can bring you guys back in. HQ does have a Nuka-Cola machine, actually, and I think it functions, if I remember correctly. I remember helping with a script for it. But if you build...
When the gunners started outright attacking settlements, and it was only a field day.
I think it is this area over here. Let's see if we built it already. Vending machine, activate. Yeah, see, look. And then Nuka-Cola appears right here. Ice cold Nuka-Cola Quantum.
This is it?
Oh, you know where we need to... I can go to Smogia for sure, but I also want to go to Sunshine because I think we're going to see level 3 of Carvock's Vault Masterpiece there. But I do want to queue up this room thing here, but I got to change the room purpose. Hopefully that was enough time for the registrations to update. Because we need to fit... Because we're just a... I mean, we have plenty of space for people now, but I want to add more people, so... This is just a nice, easy way to do so. Okay, no, the registrations still are updating, so I'll give it a few more moments here. We can also actually do the other function. What was that? SS2 main update add-ons true. Make sure that all the registrations get updated. Oh, that is one of the features that I'm bummed we never got to do. And we might still, I don't know. It's hard to say how much more we're going to get into SS2. But one of the features we had that we wrote a lot for. There's a lot of dialogue already written for it, and if we can find the right person to replace the Mechanist without helmet, then we would love to re-record the DLC voice lines and then record new ones and have siding with the Mechanist become like a new ally you can have. But we've got like dialogue scenes for her already, like it's already implemented, it's already set up. It's just disabled right now because we're like, first of all, when we're getting close to releasing a chapter, we're always like, all right, where can we cut? Like, what's the extra stuff? And that ended up being on the chopping block of like, we don't need to, for the sake of recording. Like, we had so much voice to get recorded, and then it was like, we don't need the Mechanist stuff. But then the other part of it was also, we also have to make sure we have a voice actor that is, that people are either not going to notice the change or will be like, oh, that's actually an improvement. Because it's always, somebody loves the character. We don't want to steal them away from them. Hey, Phil, how you doing? There we go. Oh. Whoops. All right, construction, living quarters. It's probably not going to show up in this list yet. No. Give it a second here. All right, let's see if that was enough time. Yep, there it is. Large punk room. Add that to the task list. All right, let's... Okay, there we go. Project added to facilities task list. Fantastic. Oh, we also got another... I saw the main section over here cleaned, which means we can queue up the medical lab too. Facilities, construction, science, medical lab. we'll get that queued up too, because Cassandra's waiting for us to do it. All right, let's see here. Recover the stash. We're still waiting for power transfer. That's right. We got to find some settlements that we can build some crazy amounts of power in. All right, let's go check out Sunshine. Wait, what is this one? Oh yeah, the water treatment plant. I don't know how many times we had waited before we got that trigger. I felt like it was one of the first ones I did, the 24-hour wait, where it triggered the folks here had improved, done some improvements. So SS2 resources will use your own stuff if you are in the settlement. So that was by design, but I believe you can turn it off. I'll check for you in just a moment here. But that was just from our early playtesting when we were letting alpha testers play with it. They just felt really confused when plots wouldn't build, of like it would be like not enough building materials, but their workbench would be loaded with stuff. So then we came up with the idea of like, well, if they could use your workbench stuff while you're there, that means you're likely building actively. So it was kind of just to smooth things out for new players, like those of you guys who are, you know, pretty deep into the game and understand how it all works. Like you probably would prefer to have more control, and so I think we added that, but I'm checking because I don't remember. Gameplay. What would it be under? Costs? Oop. My controller just went on the fritz there. Costs. Yeah, pay costs from workbench. So you can turn it off here. It's just on by default, but it only happens while you're standing in the settlement. So like, it was designed so like if you set up a plot and you tell it to build, it says you're out, you could just run around and like scrap some trees really quick and then get those resources without having to jump back out of workshop mode and tell it to try building again. That was the design idea of it. An HQ workbench system. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. For any workbenches in HQ, the only way it can use them is there's the labs. Those are the only ones that are designed to do that. The HQ like workbenches, you mean like if you had like a power armor workbench? Yeah, it's not designed. There's no central inventory in HQ, and that is like a unchangeable design portion just because of the way the system works under the hood. If we gave it resources, we'd have to just give it infinite resources. There's no way to do it partial, because the HQ workbench, every time you exit workshop mode, it completely empties everything in its workbench and recalculates it. So if we let you store stuff there for crafting, it would just eat it. So yeah, that's just kind of an unfortunate limitation of HQ currently, just the way it was designed under the hood. It's one of the negatives of hijacking the workshop system, but it was the workshop system was the only thing that had a good enough UI to do what we needed for the complexity of HQ. Little cola. Gotta go pet the dog. Oh, that's a good happy bark. I like to hear that. Hey, Eric Marshall, how are you? Okay, I don't think this place upgraded yet. This still looks about the same. So we might have to wait just a few more in-game days to see this. I remember there was one section that was very obvious where it was all like collapsed and nasty, but... Okay, here. This looks like that's going to be part of the level 3 upgrades, so that's our quick test. We can actually just go to the city planner's desk, though, to confirm whether or not it's upgraded. This looks the same to me, though. What do we got? Current level 2, yeah. Okay. Alright, well, while we're here, let's look around and see if we have any new faces by the bar. This is one of our more successful settlements, so...
I hated that cave.
Should be good at recruiting new folks.
It was stale, dark, and gross.
I think she's on the roof. Yep.
Yeah?
Okay, let's go do some murder. That's how you say it, right? Do some murder. That's how the humans say it. Let's go over to here. We'll cross the river. We'll go kill some bad guys. I think it's just Mirelurks in there, right? So we'll get our maximum crab on. If you refuse to take command when talking with the Jake and the quest will never move forward with cheating. Oh yeah, the cheat system is one of those things that I need to go back through and revisit. That is one of those things I will likely do after we are done with this Let's Play, because this Let's Play is all about trying to find remaining bugs. And what is going on here? Oh, this is a friendly random encounter. I have to go back through all of the cheat commands and make sure they incorporate any changes we've made to fix bugs, because the cheat commands were written once, and then basically what the cheat commands do is they trigger what are considered all the key stages in the quest, and sometimes the way the quests are run, the key stages may have other requirements. So like that's probably one of those. Eric is probably the there's probably some stage that gets set that locks things up when you select that particular option. So I'll have to dive in deep to check
sweetie.
for that.
I guess you're from one of the vaults, huh?
Yes. Huh?
You guys have nothing more to say than that, huh? Couple of named characters. I'm gonna steal your glue.
Daddy, do you like my dress?
Charlotte, you look beautiful. Just like a princess.
Good old Brotherhood with their glass vertebrates. Oh, we got a gunner. Hey, buddy. Oh, here it comes. Right for us. The Brotherhood's weak vertebrates remind me of like the fact that power armor isn't that powerful in this. Both of those things make the Brotherhood feel so much weaker in this than in previous games. Like, do you remember how badass you felt the first time you got power armor in pretty much any of the other Fallouts? Because it was kind of kept away from you until the end game. Oh, that's right, we got Aqua Boy. We can go swimming in all this nasty water as much as we want. Say no to radio. Definitely got to install Bubba Shot the Jukebox again next playthrough. Whoa! Didn't realize there was anybody still alive over here. Let's go kill some mutants. Wait a second. Is this mutants or is this the Mirelurks? I thought this was the Mirelurks place. Maybe I'm getting my water plants screwed up. Oh no, is it Poseidon? No, Poseidon is energy. I am so confused about which one this is now.
Going down.
I thought this was the one where like you control the water level.
Level.
Is it this one? Maybe just the super mutants just control the front? Okay, it is the one I'm thinking of, alright. The super mutants out front threw me off. I was like, wait a second, am I misremembering how this place is set up? Always take a desk fan. Oh, you know what? While we're here, go ahead and upgrade some of our jet. Can't recruit the Powells on this run. Voluntary walks with a wife, kid, just normal quest hello dialogue. Interesting. I have never had that bug. Are you running a mod list, or you just have a pretty small load order? It's time.
Maximum crabs!
Oh. Apparently there's an explosive barrel behind me. Hey, buddy. Yeah, very unfortunate when you guys run into issues that I can't replicate. It makes it very difficult to do anything about it.
There we go.
I really like, oh, this is about to, yeah, override all the charts. I really like the idea of the magazines to unlock more workshop items, but I think mods quickly usurped that, and then like, it's fun it's one of those things that's like fun the first time, and then not as fun when you're going back through playing a second time and trying to play designer. Then it's like, no, I just want all my options to choose from. It's actually one of the things we've been we spend a lot of time talking about on the KGZ stuff is on what's it going to be like on the second playthrough, and trying to figure out how we can add in skip mechanisms for some of the stuff that is grindy.
No way I could
after you've
pick
already
this.
experienced it. Right, the first time it's fun to unlock stuff, and then after that it's like, you know, if you've had a long enough break from it, it can be fun again. But then yeah, Starfield is especially problematic just because of you're incentivized to play the game over and over again. So then that feeling I think gets exacerbated of like, I already did this. Oh, we've used this a while. Okay, I guess up and over. Vertebrates reuse the dragon code from Skyrim? I've never heard that. That's awesome, if so. You can definitely feel some of the reuse of NPCs, like the bugs in here. After Skyrim, I've been playing through a high enough level now to get the Chorus fledgling hunters, and it's like, oh my god, these are blood bugs. They feel exactly like blood bugs. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. No matter how many times I do this, I always get lost. Oh yeah, this is not the right way at all. Oh, this is one of the spots where I gotta swim, right? Yeah, here we go.
Going up.
Yeah, I always forget how many of the creatures you can blow parts off of. I always just think about it like the robots, but like you can shoot a tail off of a deathclaw and it'll still keep coming at you. It's like, oh wow.
Surface.
Because not all creatures are set up that way. Like super mutants, and humanoids like ghouls, not feral ghouls, but like regular talking ghouls and humans. If you shoot off a limits, they're dead. Like, you can't do it while they're still alive. There's a mod to change that, and it's really funny. I like the way the vertebrates and the dragons come at you when they're dying. It's maximum cool factor. Make sure that you see them crash and land.
If you're looking to trade, then let's make a
Supervisor White.
Darling, so good to see you. You fixed our water problem, didn't you?
Wait, you can have your own limbs stay blown off? Is that a mod too, Ramble? Because that's awesome. I've only used it for NPCs.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Such a gentleman, too. I simply must give you something. Here, you can have some of our produce. I'll ask Greenie to give you a discount, too, if there's anything else you need. Now I simply must get back to work. Ta-ta!
Okay, we've acquired ourselves
Good to see you.
another settlement. I'll have to go dig on Nexus and find a good plan for this. Anybody got a city plan recommendation? Any crazy cool ones like we have for... I love the out there ones, like ones that turn things into vaults or mining domes, like just weird stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. In fact, let's go check out on Outpost Simonia. The think tank with talking toasters. Is this one up to level 3? It feels like it might be. This is pretty elaborate already. No, it's still only level 2. What else could he do here? Gav man, you madman.
Hi, how are you?
You know what I call a good day?
People have been complaining.
Oh wow.
Without an empty
Whole
skirmish.
place is run by robots.
Who do we got down here?
Yeah?
Don't much care for good neighbor.
Any
That place is
any
nothing
named
but
folks? Nope.
Out here, you gotta take things one
A
day
lot of
at a time.
generics. Alright, let's check out by the bar. What's going on here? Loading up some nukes. Oh, hell yeah. That was one of the plot designs that we started and I don't think ever got finished. I think Ruined was working on it. We were gonna do a artillery class. And we have the icons made for it and stuff, and then we just needed a design because we like to keep, you know, have a design of at least one design for every plan before I push out the new classes. And I don't think it ever made it in. But this is what I'm talking about. That's some awesome artillery. Now I'm guessing that based on the NPC having that name, this is actually somebody's building plan, right? I just don't recognize it. Let's see. This is Raybo Gun by Uit. This is an Outpost Simonia with a insane city plan that I will get you the name in a moment because I always forget the name of it. I know it's by Gamma. What is this? Lantern activate. Huh. This place is freaking awesome. This, uh-oh. The game was like, no, you cannot see it. You are not allowed to know. It is Ammonia Cavern is the name of the city plan. You can find it on Nexus if you want to add this to your game. I still don't think we saw Sunshine upgrade. I thought for certain that happened pretty early when we were doing some sleeping. But doesn't appear to be happening again. is weirdly resistant to smashing. Let's look at our supply lines here. What else do we have? Let's see. Tavington not being used. Jamaica Plain not being used. The castle has almost nothing. Hangman's Alley is not doing great. Grey Garden, Oberland, tiny little place. Oh, well, Grey Garden's what we just picked up. Red Rocket, we just have Catherine there. I don't know if she... Oh, I guess we can go back and talk to her and see if she finished her thing. Later, Yorkshire. Yeah, I'll be wrapping up myself shortly. I really just want to see Sunshine level 3 because that said that it triggered. But very happy that we got Pesky's HQ room working. That feels really good. That's going to solve or help like with the early game of HQ. Once I get that in, there's still a lot more things I got to do for HQ, but that's a good one. All right, Catherine. Did I give her a bed or something? Or just her scrapyard? Like, looks like this was supposed to be the house, but it never got built. So she's just probably wandering around, sleeping on rocks.
Hi.
Just the person I wanted to see. I was almost going to send a search party out for you. I know you're busy, so straight to business. I've got a proposition for you.
Sure. What do you need?
Great. So we have a junkyard up and running now, but what we need is something to really work with. More than just what we can find in town, that is. We'll still be able to crank out lots of stuff for you, but to really get the most out of this, we need to go the extra mile. And to do that, we need to bring in things from the outside. Of course, the best scrap tends to collect in the most dangerous places. Go figure, right? What we need now is for people to head back out on salvage runs and bring it back. Would you be interested in heading out there?
I'm sold. If you're looking for someone to help, you can sign me up.
And then we gotta kill these super mutants.
This will really
oh no!
get the ball
Oh no!
Thank
I hear the beeping.
I've got just the place we can start.
Oh
too.
god, no!
One of our
Stop
staff
talking!
saw some activity around
Hurry
it,
up!
So it's
That was beautiful. Oh, that was so comical the way she just disappeared off my screen. That was so good. Why is it not hitting him? Right. Oh, that was wonderful. All right, let's see if she...
Just the person I wanted
She's gonna start the whole thing over. I
I
intentionally
busy,
didn't skip her
so
dialogue
straight
because
to
I
business.
was hoping
got
to
a
see she would
proposition
finish
for you.
talking just in time, but that worked out wonderfully.
Sure.
That was so funny.
What do you need?
Great. So we have a junkyard up and running now, but what we need is something to really work with. More than just what we can find in town, that is. We'll still be able to crank out lots.
Okay,
and
now
to
we'll
do
skip
that,
it.
What we need now is
I'm
Comedic
sold.
timing
If you're
is
looking
over.
for someone to help.
awesome. I've got just the place. Let me just upload the coordinates.
Okay, and I can't remember if this might be a what do you call it? A radiant quest for her? I can't remember, but we'll do one just in case. Oh, that was so funny. All right, let's do one more check on Sunshine to see if it upgraded yet. Yeah, save. Probably a good idea, huh? Theater music's king guest still with Fallout 4. You're consistent. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, never given up on Fallout 4. Well, I mean, if Fallout 5 is amazing, we'll shift gears. But that it could be another 10 years before we get Fallout 5. So this is the Fallout we have. It doesn't look like this upgraded. We can go check the city plan record though, because I think a lot of the visual updates are in the under city area. Oh, it is level 3 now. Okay. Let's go see if we can, because yeah, up here it looks about the same, but let's go see what our final level of vault looks like. This looks about the same. I know not all add-on packers go to oh yeah, see improvements on their entertainment. I don't know why I couldn't say that sentence. Not all designers go the same route with like drastic changes between levels. Sometimes they're a little more subtle. This looks new. I hear more music, so I think this is all. No, this was built here before. Because there's Cola. Oh, more sad whimpers. Yeah, I think it added just this section over here. That's where that collapse area was before. Is any of this new? No, that's that path. Okay, this all looks the same. This might be new? I'm not sure. I think it is. Anyway, big old vault down here. It's freaking awesome. Not the radio. Gotta run away. Alright, let's head back upstairs. Insane design, Carvok. Absolutely nuts. Oh, what's going on? Is that a communications building up there? I wonder if he's got a path to reach it. He has some stairs back here or something. Oh, is that climbable ladders? What's this? Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Did he stack them? Nice. I wonder if it'll work. Fantastic. Sweet. Is this a plot? Or is it just hand-built stuff? I think this just might be hand-built. This is a recruitment beacon designed to look hardcore. That's weird, it didn't play the footsteps on the way down. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I see. The footsteps it broke my legs. Ah, that's so funny. I think when the ladders are stacked, it puts the sound source at the bottom ladder. That's the way the code's set up to work. It doesn't keep changing the source. I could fix that. I should be able to make it so that the sound source is just like the player instead. So this place is awesome. Got it up to max level now. Oh.
Hello. I'm Joe Gallagher. And,
hey.
Well, I'd like to help you set up some better farms.
I'm interested. What is it you need?
This might seem like an odd request at first, so...
That is a space fiddle if ever I've heard one.
I want you to consider what 200 years of radiation can do to soil. It works best if you picture the Earth itself as alive and sick. As such, it can even reject the seeds we plant in it. I've poked around libraries when I've been able and found out the US government actually prepared for this. They prepped seeds to be able to deal with radiation, spliced, and even predicted some of the mutations we've come to rely on. I've managed to find out where they had a stash of these seeds stored away. If we retrieve them, we can increase the yields here. It might seem a little thing, but it's terribly important in the long run and could change the game. Could I count on you?
I'll do it.
Good, good. I have a key here. You'll be taking it to the safe in the federal ration stockpile. Bring them back to me and I will do the rest.
Okay. So I think... I'm trying to think of, there's a quest that I haven't done in ages. The Space Fiddle reminded me of it. So Space Fiddle is the online handle for the voice actor who does Joe Gallagher and a number of other characters. One of the characters he does that I don't think I've done the quest for ages is Tom Sanford. And that one we would have to build the distillery for. I should do that just to make sure that that quest is still working. And he's now a full recruitable settler with quite a lot of dialogue. He was one of the folks who got back. We started doing dialogue expansions at some point, and then it was always just a matter of getting the voice actors back and having enough dialogue written. So it was like he was one of the few. We had the good fortune of having somebody to write the dialogue and the voice actor was available. So yeah, I'll have to remember to do that, build the distillery and run through that quest and see if it's still functioning. All right, but I think with that, I'm going to call it a night. We got a level 3 city plan. We've got our new HQ room working, and I'm feeling pretty good. So thank you guys for joining me. I will be back on Sunday for some more Skyrim.